Good morning, beautiful people, and thank you for joining us today again, and particularly those people who are joining us every morning. It's really fantastic. As you can see, our fantastic Sam is in another beautiful location. Say hello, Sam. How are you?
Hello, everybody. Good morning.
Yes, fantastic. So as we know, today's a special morning for a lot of us, particularly Sam and I as former Royal Marines. It's Remembrance Sunday, obviously, and I think a few words to say, Sam. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, really big day today for lots of my friends, for David, and for everyone, the families surrounding all that, and everyone who's had grandparents. And so it's a big day. But what we're going to do now, because we're going to celebrate their lives rather than commiserate. They would not want us to be sad. They'd want you. They gave what they gave so we could live the best the best way we could. So let's enjoy every second. Let's think about them, and let's just feel love and joy when we think about them. That's what I've got to say. I do
Yeah.
everything for them, and I do everything at my best, and I do everything at my happiest for them. So let's be happy, joyful, and just send love out there to them all. Thank you.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely true, isn't it? We take that time to grieve, of course, if that's what was necessary over the time. But it gets to that point where we want to be the best versions of ourselves, and that's what we're here to do, isn't it? To help people with the best versions and to live that best life that you can for those loved ones. So for those of you who don't know, Sam and I, we are the co-founders of Conscious Connection. We are a well-being and breathwork and well-being and positive mindset business. We set up this lockdown breakthrough. We set this up a couple of days before this new lockdown that we had in England, and we decided that we were going to come live to our viewers every morning at 7:30 for 15 minutes. So we're obviously to get involved and mess up your daily, your kind of morning routine, if you like. So we did this because we recognised and we kind of understood that there's a lot of fear around at the moment. There's a lot of uncertainty around at the moment. I mean, people losing their jobs. There's a lot of different things. I say we don't want to push this doom and gloom, but we understand where people are. Because we're there ourselves, of course. But what we're about is creating change. We're about telling a different story. And actually, I'm going to be talking about that more towards the end of our little session that we do today. It's about creating change in our life. It's about that feedback loop of negativity that people have, that identity that they're holding on to, if you like, whether they're part of the military or not, of course, it doesn't matter. That feedback loop, that story that is continually going round and round the mind and the subconscious mind, and it's creating those beliefs, and that's what we're going to be talking about as we go on today. But as always, we're going to keep it nice and high vibe, of course. Sam is going to do the breath work in a moment, and yes, and hope you enjoy it today. And I'll pass over to you, Sam.
Hello, everybody. Join me from my home village, Marplebridge, Brabbins Park. This is the River Goy. This is where I used to play as a child. This is where it all started, my love of water. If you just look around, look at it, how beautiful it is, how beautiful my, obviously. It's gorgeous. I'm going to go in there. So it's really important before we start anything, if you're going to be outside, if you're going to go into this brilliant connection with nature, but I picked this spot because it's shallow. If I get out of breath because of the cold water, I'm going to be always okay. And also, I've got someone with me in case, you just don't know. So I don't want to put a dampener on it, but always make sure if you've got underlying health issues before you try any of the breath work, especially the cold water submersion, that you check with your doctor. Okay, and you make sure that where you use the water, it's safe. Okay, not going about that. Tomorrow I'm going to be inside doing something special. So today we're going to do the breath work. The breath work is really, this is where the beauty is, and this is how we're going to get you all to feel amazing. So we're going to do, for 2 minutes, we're going to breathe. And how we're going to breathe? We're going to breathe from our bellies down here. We're going to draw in the air. It's going to be fully in. We're going to get all that air in and bring it in, and then just let it go. Okay, we're going to do that for 2 minutes. So really, really, really go for it. For 2 minutes, we're going to breathe as deep as we can, filling those beautiful lungs up. Okay, and at the end of that, once you've done it, we've really got to oxygenise the blood, get it all in. It's really important you breathe properly. It's really important you sat down somewhere safe, somewhere quiet, and somewhere you can just relax and get yourself in a good position. If you can get yourself in a lotus position, which is the old traditional Buddhist type thing, or yoga type, sat down like that, or if you're injured or whatever, you can just sit however's comfortable for you. But it's really important, get as much breath as you can, and then we're going to do 2 minutes of that. And then after, when I say and let it go after 2 minutes, you're then not going to breathe for 1 minute. Okay, close your eyes and just go with the flow. You'll hear the river going past you here. I'll put the noise of the river going past. Focus on the now. Focus, clear all the thoughts of yesterday, today, tomorrow, what might happen. Just clear the thoughts and think of now and listen to the river as it goes down, going with the flow. So that's for 1 minute, and then I'll count you out of that. I'm going to be silent when we do that, except for the water. And then as we come out of that, you're going to take one big breath in, 16 seconds, fully in, and fill your lungs up. And David will show you how you squeeze like a child. It's like you squeeze all that air right up into your head. It's really important you do that. And then you're going to let it go after 16 seconds, and then you're going to feel a bit lightheaded, and that's okay. If you feel lightheaded at all throughout this exercise, slow your breath down. And if that still doesn't work, then breathe through your nose and then focus on the exhale. It's cool. That's cool. We're going to go. We're going to go. I'm going to breathe with you because I've got to get in there, and I've just tested it. And it's like being in the Mediterranean, honestly. It's cold, so I'm going to breathe with you. So we're going to start without further ado. We're going to do 2 minutes. I breathe in, and then I'm going to get in there. Okay, so it is after 3. Get ready. 2. Get ready to breathe. 1. I'm fully in. Let it go. Keep going. Really bring it in. Fill those lungs up. Really go for it, David. That's it. David's doing really well. Fill those lungs right up. Follow the air in. That's it. Keep going. Halfway there now. You're doing really well. Breathe in low. Really, let's push it now. This last minute. Let's go, go, go. Feeling lightheaded. Push through that. Really deep. Bring that air in. Last 30 seconds. Last 15. Let's really better make it count. Deep as you can. Get ready. Last 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fully in. Let it go and stop. Just stop. Close your eyes. Listen to the river. Get ready now to take that big breath in. 3, 2, 1. Fully in. Come on, David, right in there. Feel those lungs right up. And hold and squeeze that air up. You can see now as David squeezes the air, his veins are popping out of his head and all that air is going up. And this is where the magic happens. And I'm going to do it now because I've got to get the river. 3, 2, 1. Let it go. Okay, here we go. I can't put it off anymore. He's going to go in the river.
And there we go, everybody. There we go. Fantastic. And as Sam obviously mentioned there, remember the safety aspect. Sam has got someone with him there, as he always does when we're doing these things. So as I mentioned at the beginning, and hello to everybody as well, and thank you for your lovely comments. Really appreciate it. As I was saying at the beginning there, it's a special day for Sam and I, and for many of our military brothers and sisters, of course, across the country and across the world. It's a special day in terms of the remembrance, and we have to give time for that. And there's Sam back already. We have to give time for that, and there's no doubt about that. And because of this, people could be suffering from PTSD. And it's not just our military brothers and sisters, of course. People can be suffering from anxiety, depression, all these different things that happen. And of course, our good friends in the blue light services as well. And people that maybe have had a bereavement, an untimely bereavement, been an accident, or it doesn't really matter. It could just be an accumulation of time. As a qualified psychotherapist, been working in healthcare for years and helping people like that. What I started to realise as well was that we couldn't take away from these challenging circumstances that people are in. Of course we can. But what we must do is start to tell a different story. I've worked with people from 8 years old up to 80 years old. And some of them would come to me 80 years old, suffering from some sort of mental health issues. And by the way, Sam and I have also had our mental health issues, and we've moved on from this. So we've also dealt with it from a personal point of view. Actually noticing and recognising how to be able to help people and how to make changes within people's lives. And as I say, working with people up to 80 years old and actually just starting to help them to tell that different story, starting to help them to move into a space of solution-focused work. We go on about all the time about lasting positive change and the solution-focused approach. It's the simplicity of it is focusing on what you do want to do, not what you don't want to do. Not playing that same old record that's going on, but this is how I felt. And it could be 1 year, 6 months ago, 10 years ago, something that happened in Afghanistan, something that happened when you were a child. It doesn't matter. But the important thing is that people take this on as part of their identity. And they almost live with it. And they actually sometimes take some comfort from it. And maybe that's you, or maybe someone that you know as well. But we don't need to be in that space. The positive message that we want to give is that maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the next day, but in time, if you start to focus, and this is where our programs, the basis of our programs actually run like this. If you start to focus on what you do want, if you start to bring that positive aspect into your life, bringing in this breathwork techniques, bringing in the understanding of the brain, the meditation, the exercise, whatever it is that you do that makes you feel happy, it makes a tremendous, tremendous difference in people's lives. One of the key aspects of change that we talk about, of course, as well as repetition, as I talked about yesterday. So it can take a little bit of time to get where you want to do. Another key principle is marginal gains or small changes. We know if we're going to go and run a marathon that we need to train a long time to get there. But sometimes if we need to change, and we don't want to make it too big in our mind, but if we need to make that size of a change in our mind, then we lose faith quite quickly in terms of the small changes, and we don't feel as if we're getting anywhere. But we really, really are, and there's no doubt about it. So that's the message that I want to give today, and that Sam wants to give. As always, we're on live. We're on live here on our YouTube channel and our Facebook page. Follow us on Instagram as well, please, consciousconnection_org. Any details or any questions that you have, posting. We have many, many posts, which is fantastic. And thank you to everyone on the Facebook. I can see this through the streaming that we have here. Any questions that we have, we'll always answer them. Please email us at info@consciousconnection.org.uk or visit us at consciousconnection.net. Our website, if you to find out some more information, if you have any questions at all. So thank you as always. We're on time. This is really good. We're actually on time for a change. So Sam, final goodbye from yourself.
Yeah, thank you guys, everyone, for joining us this morning on this very special morning. Let's go into today and let's make our lives mean something, okay? And it does happen. It's really hard work sometimes, but when you get in there, when you do the breathing, or you do your meditation, do your exercise, you eat healthily, you listen to David's Lasting Positive Change, we can get there, and we'll help you get there. So bye-bye from my home, beautiful village. I'm going to go in again. I'm going in again.
Crazy man, crazy man. Well, thank you very much for everybody. Bye. Thank you very much, everybody. See you all tomorrow morning at 5:30. Thank you.
Love you all.